All right, my dude, super common mistake, right? As your effort of trying to get your hands kind of deep right here to shallow it out a little bit, you're just turning super early. Now that club in the hands is getting kind of sucked inside, right? Just kind of where that left arm parallel, that club is getting super laid off early. So what I want to see you do is, as you shift your pressure to the right, I want to see a little bit of this kind of anti-rotation, right? Where you're almost feeling like you're going to be turning your sternum and your belt buckle almost towards the target as you land on that right foot. That's going to get that club feeling like it's a little bit more out and up. From here on, now you can kind of get deep, right? Don't get deep right here. Starting to recenter your hip right off the bat. And now that club is getting super kind of sucked inside right there. A little bit of kind of this anti-rotation, boom. As you go back, there's almost a little bit of a rotation this way. Land on that right foot. Don't let that club. So what I want to see you do is this whole idea of, if I'm kind of standing in the pool, the ocean here, I want to see a sensation of, okay, maybe you're going to let your arm kind of bend just slightly. That trail arm kind of bends a little bit, but as you're coming down, you're almost going to get this club to kind of bottom out on the surface of that water there. Hands and arms look like it's really kind of straight out like that. Now on the downswing, they narrow this arm up. That club almost looks like it's pitching up this way, which is fine in transition. But if it continues to look like that, now you can just see how high my hands is at impact. This is going to make it very difficult for you to make good contact. Now you're going to have to kind of flip this club here to get that club going. From there on, you can kind of just see how low that's going to get my hands. From here, I can actually pull up with my hands, starting to kind of get in some rotation, right? And that's actually going to help you make good contact. And at the same time, you can even see where if I make that same move, man, that club looks really shallow. Here again, as I get back to the left, boom, I'm going to feel kind of wider, lowering that club. From here on, I can just kind of hit and rotate into the golf ball. Or if I go right here where I go really wide, and then as I come in, very narrow, hand is going to be very high, that club is going to look very steep. Let's go medium, kind of a little bit of bend to this sensation where you can actually feel wider. Oftentimes a lot of people are like, hey, is that a casting sensation? Again, right? I'm not asking you to flip this wrist and lose that trail wrist extension. You can still keep that trail wrist extension, right? You're just widening out that trail arm a little bit as you're coming in, okay? So here, swing up, trail wrist is still extended, widening out that trail arm a little bit, which lower the handle. From here, I can pull up and in towards my body, and it's actually gonna help you rotate through the shot. Not only that, it's gonna help you shallow out that golf club, it's gonna help you make good contact as well. Here, this idea of throwing the dart, right, or in transition, getting wider with that trail arm, as of course, you're not gonna kind of just flick that wrist and lose that trail wrist extension. But if you can kind of go from here, where in transition, you're not going to allow that forearm to just kind of smash, right into the bicep there. Because again, if you look that way, where I see so many people get super wide like this, and then in transition, now their arm kind of smashes in, still comes over the top. When we go here, most of the faults that I see would be guys just trying to stay really wide here. In transition, now that arm really kind of smashes in, forearm really smashes into the bicep here, feels really steep and comes over the top. So what I actually want to see you feel is that sensation of loading the trail arm and unloading the trail arm during the downswing. Loading, unloading, and transition. loading, unloading, rather than not loading it and then loading the arm in transition. Okay, here we go. So we're gonna load that trail arm, unload it in transition.